Assalamu alaikum, everybody. I hope everybody's having good time. Especially nowadays in Pakistan, there's heat wave going on. So I would suggest everybody to be careful, look after yourself, and make sure that do not, get exposed to UV lights because UV radiation level is quite high. Obviously, there's good thing about summer is that you get to eat lots of mangoes, and nowadays we have got a very tasty mango, especially Sindri and Anwar Atoll and Langra. So enjoy yourself, eat as many mangoes as you can while they last. So this is about mangoes, but now I'm going to talk about some serious business. Lots of people are talking about, obviously we're talking about Iran and Israel war, and lots of people are talking about Field Marshal Asim Munir's meeting with President Trump, and then there's another thing, President Trump saying that he's going to make a conclusive decision after 2 weeks. And people are talking about this 2-week time period. So let's talk about, first of all, about the meeting between Field Marshal Asim Munir and President Trump. It's a great development. It's a great success on our diplomatic front. People look at it in different aspects and in different, with different spectacles. But what I feel is that we all know that power in Pakistan runs through the corridors of our establishment. So it's better to talk to establishment who can make a decision and who are the decision makers, and they're the policy makers, especially when it comes to geographical position and our neighbors, especially Iran, Afghanistan, India. So they are the one who makes the decision, and our political parties always follow that. Now people think that it's not a great thing that Trump is talking to a army chief rather than the elected prime minister. But obviously, people have said enough about it that Trump knows who is the decision maker and who's the boss. So he's talking to the right people. He's cutting down the channels and speeding up the process because it's a very crucial time period. Mushahid Hussain Sayyid Saab has mentioned that they have discussed, 3 eyes in their meeting, which is Israel, Iran, India. I would suggest that they have probably discussed 4 eyes, and that is again Israel, Iran, India, and Imran Khan. I might be wrong, but my gut feeling is that because Imran Khan has been discussed a lot before Trump's election, and he knows that everything about him has to come through establishment, so he might have touched upon that subject as well while they were having a conversation on a dinner table. So yes, my understanding is that it were 4 eyes, not 3 eyes. Lots of people speculate what they have discussed and why Field Marshal was discussed or called upon and had this kind of special meeting with the President Trump where no pepperoxes were allowed. So I believe the main reason was that they wanted to discuss the issues, very, very crucial issues about Iran, Israel, and India. And it was basically kind of data gathering or first-hand information gathering exercise um, where yes, so it's first-hand data gathering exercise. And now lots of people obviously think that Pakistan is going to offer their areas for American bases. I wouldn't worry too much about that, obviously, because if America needs it, America will ask us directly. But at the moment, I think we are very close allies of China, and whatever Pakistan will decide, it's going to be in a greater interest of Pakistan and its relationship with China, because Pakistan knows that Chinese friendship has been tested and tried, and it's not like American coalition, which keeps on changing with the changing times. Okay, so I think that is not big worry for me. And the big worry for me is that what Field Marshal Asim Munir has briefed Donald Trump is that if you do regime change in Iran, it will bring greater destabilization in Iran, and then you will see lots of other elements will perpetrate in this area, just like when you destabilized Iraq, and then ISIS and all other people, they stayed in that area and they developed lots of different groups started gathering together, and it became a very disturbed area, and then they had to invest a lot of resources to curtail on those kind of elements. So one thing which probably Field Marshal briefed him, that do not think about regime change, because you will get worse kind of people if you will change this regime. You know that this regime for the last 40-50 years hasn't done anything, like any stupid thing, any adventure, like any disastrous thing like nuclear war or anything, or speeding up nuclear process to build nuclear weapons and just destroy or destabilize the area. So they are not bad. They are not pursuing nuclear weapons. They are just nuclear energy. They're pursuing nuclear energy, and that's a peaceful process. And let them do that. And we have got no intelligence about that. One thing is very clear: no country, no sane mind can use nuclear weapon in order to destroy the peace of this world. You can see there's already so many problems in this world. So climate change, all the different extreme weathers and heat waves and stuff like that, it's already there. So anybody who wants to destroy their enemy by using nuclear weapons is kind of insane, just like killing yourself, killing your future generations. So I don't think so anybody should pursue or even waste their time, money and energy on pursuing of nuclear warheads, because you cannot use it. If you want to use it, or if you are thinking to use it, then you want to destroy the planet, and you won't be able to live in this planet. One thing for sure. Anybody, any country, any leader, any force who is going to use nuclear weapons, in the end they will be punished by the rest of the world. This is for sure. No matter how strong they are, no matter how weak they are. Gone are those days when Japan was bombarded Hiroshima and Nagasaki was bombarded with nuclear weapons. It was the time when nobody else had this kind of power, and it was a new phenomena. Nowadays, nobody's going to tolerate it. So there's plenty of other nations who have got this kind of arsenal, and they're going to destroy you like anything. Okay, so this is one thing for sure. So we'll have a azan break, and we'll talk about second thing, why Trump is taking 2 weeks off in a minute. Yes, we are back. Thank you for waiting. So today, the second topic that we want to discuss is Trump's 2 weeks, delay in terms of deciding which way he wants to go, whether he wants to go and join Israel against Iran, or whether he is going to bring Iran on a table. So if you have observed Trump's body language in last couple of days, so if you have observed his body language, people have asked him on numerous occasions that whether Netanyahu has gone for this preemptive strike on Iran with your consent or not, and he didn't give any conclusive answer. So I am, it's my own analysis on the basis of his body language that Netanyahu has kind of pushed Trump, or he did not even listen to Trump's advice to stay and wait, let us finish the negotiation kind of thing, and he just pushed for the strike, which Trump didn't like, because Trump he wants to stay in history. He wants to stay alive in history as a peacemaker and as a good man, not a bad man. Whatever he's doing at the moment in terms of tariff, in terms of protecting his borders and stuff like that, it's very, very American. And he wants to protect his country. He wants to protect his people. He wants to make sure that his country is strong, and all the development or the production industry is revived and restarted and everything, which I honestly believe is a very positive thing, and it's the right thing for any leader. And if I am American, I would say he's the best leader. I would want a leader like him for myself as well. So I fully support Trump and his initiatives, because it's bad for the rest of the world, but for Americans and for America, it's good. Okay, I'm trying to be completely neutral here, and I'm trying to think as somebody who wants to think about his own country. Okay. So that's how I'm thinking. It's not about me, an outsider who just want to be biased about Trump's policies. No. So whatever he is doing it. He should have done it long time ago. If you look at Germany and their production industry, it's still alive. It's still one of the best, and it's still quite competitive. Maybe not as cheap as Chinese, but in terms of quality, consistency, and innovation, and modernization and durability, German products are still the best. Okay, so I've used them, and I'm a big fan of them. And in entire Europe, I think Germany is the only country who has kept his industry and his production and his production industry alive. Okay, and that's the reason why Germany is still strong. So that's about that. So Trump is taking these 2 weeks because he wants to fully analyze the situation. If he has to move his troops, if he has to move unnecessary stuff from or around this war zone, and secondly, if he needs to move in new troops into it, so that if he comes to this battle, he do not get defeated. And secondly, he wants to weigh the risk of getting China and America involved. Do you think Israel is pulling in America into this war and getting America trapped? Because if America gets involved into this war, it is quite possible that Russia and China can take their, revenge, especially Russia, to destabilize or to weaken America, because that's what they think that America is doing in Ukraine war, and even other European countries. So America has to make a very calculative decision in order to become part of this war. And I would rather say should not come and join Israel in this war, because that's going to be again defeating the objective of Trump, and that's going to be against his old policy, and that's going to take him many years back, because he's the one who wants to be known as a peacemaker. But this war is going to change all his reputation, and it will stay in the history in a different way. And that's what Trump doesn't want. Secondly, it's a very important thing that I personally believe that Trump want Iran to, punish Israel for these 2 weeks, because Israel just, jumped ahead of gun before any, proper planning and before a proper strategy. So that's why America wants Iran to punish Israel for this, and Trump is aware of this. And this is my own analysis, that because Israel and Netanyahu did not listen to Trump, and Trump doesn't like this. As what I've analyzed about his personality, he doesn't like people who go against him. He's a very unless you convince him, he doesn't want you to go against him. He is a sort of a person who says either convince me or get convinced. And if I'm not convinced, I'm not happy. I don't want you to go in this. So you have to convince Trump for this to jump into the war and this preemptive strike, which Netanyahu didn't do 100%. Okay, it might be 50-50, a case of 50-50, but I'm sure that Trump was not fully convinced, because they were in talks. Secondly, they didn't know that Iran had such a strong, arsenals and weaponries and missiles, and that can hit and bypass all the 3 layers of Israel. And they want to evaluate, and they want to see what else Iran has to show the world, and what else do they have. So they want to also see how this is probably the first war ever between 2 countries where there's no on-ground soldiers. And this is the war which is going to happen between, God forbid, if it's going to happen, if it will ever happen, between Russia, China, and America, because they are far away from each other, and it's going to be all, ballistic missiles which are going to be fired at each other, and that's how they are going to work. That's how they are going to destroy other countries. And it is a kind of a role model or a pilot kind of thing for them to understand how this war is happening, what are the dynamics, what are the weapons used, and how to prevent it. So they want this to go at least to a certain length where they can analyze the things and see. Secondly, Trump also wants to cut a deal with Iran and Israel if he wants to bring them on negotiation table, because when they will both be tired and beaten, and in terms of, they will come to a better negotiation deal with Trump. And at this situation, Trump wants to cut a deal with every single country to benefit America. I don't know what's in his mind, but there are plenty of resources which America can benefit from Iran, and there are plenty of things which America can benefit through Israel. So America wants to get benefited by everybody at this point in time. So he wants them to play for a couple of more weeks with each other, dismantle lots of things, come to their knees so that they become weaker, and then he can negotiate with both the countries so that they can come to it. At the same time, Trump has engaged other allies, just like Pakistan and some other maybe back channels, where he can negotiate anything beforehand in these 2 weeks, so that when he says something, it gets done and dusted. It's not like bringing them on table after 2 weeks. Negotiation has already started. Maybe it's this visit of Field Marshal is also playing a key role into that. Maybe somebody else as well, but the negotiation is already started, and Trump wants to just finally sign on the deal. He's given his points of negotiation, and he just want to cut the deal, and that's it. He doesn't want to just sit on table for rounds of discussions and then talk about these options. The options are already being relayed to people, and I think in some cases, some forces have also suggested that Israel should also come to table for to just peace settlement in Palestine for Palestinian people. So this is my suggestion with Trump's 2 weeks delay. I hope that it's what I believe is, and if you guys agree to my analysis, please comment. If you disagree, please comment.